How's it been this week, Martin? You had a good win, obviously. Is it nice to have that to start off?
Yeah, it's great, really great. Played really well in the game as well too. So players are in fine form. It was nice to see them. And so obviously a major game for us tomorrow night. And we'll see how we come through that. Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of focus on reverting to what you had before, but see, now that you know that you're here till the end of the season, or at least that's the plan, you seeing things that you want to improve now, things to try and take this team.
Well, of course, yeah. I think that you could ask any manager at this given stage of the season, particularly if they know that, I'm down to the end of the season. That obviously depends on results, like everything else. But there's things that you think. Now we don't have any midweeks, so trying to implement a style or something, I guess, here might be a bit more difficult. It's not something I really want to do anyway. Just wanted to revert back to what we were doing when I came in first of all, and that was probably into a back four. But of course, there's loads of things we can improve on, really. And but I think that's. Do you know what I think that? I think that any manager would probably say the same thing. This is far from a perfect game, and we are far from perfect.
We're obliged to ask you every time we see you during January where you are on transfers. Fans
Right,
are very
okay.
keen to know if there's anything close.
Yeah, I'd love to blame other people, no, but it's down to me. Nothing has changed really, even when I've been out of the game. You know, the January transfer window is pretty difficult, because unless you've identified a player that you absolutely know is going to improve your team and that you're prepared to spend the money on him, I think that's I think it becomes more difficult. And I'm stepping in here. I think I might have said to you a couple of weeks ago that the new manager would have wanted to have the January transfer window so that he could identify players for his particular system. Now we are genuinely working really hard in the background, so there's no impediment in that sense. It's just trying to get some people in that we think could help us now at least until the end of the season.
You're at the stage where you're getting players presented to you to make a judgment on, or is it not quite reached that stage yet?
No, essentially that's true. That is true, yes, and I have discarded some that I think that is true. It is, you know. So, and we are. I know famous last words, but we are making progress, or we think we are. But you know, you're talking about agreements with clubs. You're talking about if that's the case, for a start, number one, and then secondly with players themselves, and then people finding out that, or player finding out that that there's interest elsewhere. So you're competing. All those particular things come into consideration, which is no surprise to me in that sense. So, and I know you're thinking, well, we're halfway through January now, but we are. I think that we're relatively close, but those are famous last words.
Do you have a number of players you're looking to bring in, Martin?
I think would obviously like to bolster the squad. I don't see. I don't, for instance, in terms of the long-term injuries, I don't see Jota being back this season. I think I can't see the. I think that Johnson would probably be. He would make a fight back, and he's hoping to be maybe sometime in March, and that would be great if that's the case. But the longer term injuries I don't see, you know, and so in terms of maybe numbers, we wouldn't mind getting a few in, but no, I'm saying that there is to try and get a bit of quality.
Is the forward area one you specifically need to strengthen? You've got Kelechi and Callum both with hamstring problems.
Yeah. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, that we would be looking in that direction. Absolutely.
Is there anything you can tell us about Stephen Welsh as well? He's been recalled. What's the club's thinking there?
Well, number one, he's our player. Okay, for a start. So selfishly, that means something. He's having a really great time at Motherwell, and I understand from a playing viewpoint that having got himself up and running and doing great at the club, that he probably didn't really want that disturbed as much as anything else. But he's back with us now at this minute, and but he has. I think that there was a cut-off point where we could take him back and then send him back to Motherwell if that was the case. That might happen at this minute. I did speak to him yesterday, and I must admit I hadn't realised the number of games he'd played for this club and played Champions League matches as well too. So, and it's something that if we've got 3 centre backs at this moment. Anything happened to any of them, then we could find ourselves in a bit of trouble.
In terms of numbers, Martin, how many players have you been offered in this little period?
It'd probably be close to the thousands, you know. So it's a slight exaggeration, but it's plenty. It's when agents are working. This is a month in which they're working, and what is some of the players that they've offered that they didn't realise have actually died, you know. So that's not true. But no, it is, and it's not a surprise to me. And it's the same. It's the same when I was involved in the game. Well, I'm involved in the game now, but if you know what I mean. So January is when agents will want to try and push players.
Has there been major changes in the transfer activity from your first time you were at Celtic?
Gosh, you mean in January?
In January. Is it even more difficult these days? Is it changed?
No, I think it's probably about the same. I think, if I can recall properly, you know. But yeah, I would think that's the same sort of difficulty getting players in. Your concern is, of course, when you get to the 2nd or 3rd of February. That's it. So whatever you have in, you can't change. Also, I think you're not talking about the European rules as well too. That we have to see this competition through, which will be at the end of January, and whether we make it or don't make it, that might have a bearing in things as well too. You know? So if we didn't make it, we don't have at least a couple of more games to play, and if we do, that's always a thought. But it's a constant thought. It's not a thought on the 29th or 30th of January. You know.
Do you understand the sort of anxiety levels of fans beginning to creep up as the days tick on, and still they keep looking to the fresh?
Yeah, I kind of do. I do. Yes, I understand that. I genuinely do.
Message to those fans who are.
Oh, I hate sending out those messages to fans, you know, who never listen anyway. Right, no, we are really trying, honestly, to try and get and obviously, selfishly, but as I said to you, I'm not. I don't have any impediments from board level. I think we all want to try and do something, which is great. So, I'm not blaming anybody. We will try and get people in. But it genuinely is at this stage, even though it's halfway through January, it is looking around to see what could fit for us as much as anything else, and we'll see. Again, it's not perfect. We might end up having to do some things that that you take somebody on loan that you think that you wouldn't be looking to sign for 3 or 4 years, for instance, something like that.
I just wonder, when you and Sean came in again for the second time, it was just after Paul Tisdale had left as the head of football operations. Has that impeded you slightly in that there's no sort of continuity of?
No, not really, and I'm not going to blame anyone for that. No, that's not the case. I have an idea about a player, and things are being presented to me. Now, of course, I would like to act more quickly. I think I'm trying to do that. And then I obviously have the other things to deal with, you know, the clubs and then the players themselves. And some people that I would really like may choose to go elsewhere. So all of that there, it's if I myself had a bit more preparation for it, then I maybe could have worked a bit more quickly.
Just in terms of, you said earlier you were close, in one of the answers. Are you close to unveiling players as players imminent, or are you just close to?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure.
Just to double check, because fans will comb over every word.
Will they? All right, okay. Wonder what will make up then. All right.
But so there's no imminent signings, is what I'm trying to get at.
Not tomorrow. I honestly, I have more to think about just at this minute. You know, Falkirk game is big for us, big match for us. A team who's flying at the moment. You know.
What else do you expect from Falkirk?
Just a really tough game, really tough match. And I thought that even when we won, which was my opening game of the last period I was in charge, I thought they were very strong. We got a couple of goals at important moments, and obviously that would deflate them a little bit. But yeah, he's, I think, the utmost regard for the manager and the job that he's done there, and they're flying.
I just wanted to ask you. Last week you said training was fine. It was just fine when you came in before your first game last week. After the convincing win at the weekend, has training changed? Do you feel that there's an uptick in the mood?
Yeah, I'm careful really, because I've had this experience before. You know, where you leave a football club and the new manager comes in and he boasts about how great the training session is the following day, and the players are upbeat and all that type of stuff, which is usually a load of nonsense. And I think that's sort of a one to ingratiate himself with whoever, maybe his employers and things like that there. I don't know. But no, the training, that's why I said it's fine. It is fine. And the players seem to be in a good mood. They seem to be in a good mood. But then I don't know what a bad mood is in that sense, because when I came in here before, Brendan had resigned from the football club. I think the players were in a bit of shock. You know, I know that there was a bit of tension along the way beforehand, and but I still think that the players were really surprised that Brendan left. So I step in. A lot of the players would have, as I said to you, wouldn't have known who I was, and so it was all a trying to get to know sort of situation. But in the meantime, trying to win some games. Now coming in this time, I feel as if I obviously know the players much, much better. So from that viewpoint, yeah, I'll not go overboard about the training being super. You know, but it was fine.
You got any more injuries to concern with? How was everyone after the weekend? There was maybe some online talk that Austin Trusty might be.
No, I think no. He's okay. He's trained this morning. He's fine, and yeah, everybody's okay. Did you have Kieran earlier? No. Yeah, he's in terms of fitness getting better all the time. You know, so you know, we're expecting him to get past the 15-minute mark now. You know, no? Don't put that in. Yeah. He's done. He's been super. He's been really super.